a 13th century castle built on top of a rock overlooking a historical old town in Germany. Doesn't get much better than that if you ask me, except it does. In most of my videos we start at the beginning and work our way to the present day, but let's switch it up a bit today. We will start when the castle you see today was built and we'll work our way back to 500 BC. Remember I keep saying on repeat that history equals a giant layer cake, right? Well, that truly rings true at this site. Before we go backwards, I do want to give a quick shout out to all the renovations and continuous constructions from the 13th century to the present day. But sorry, we're going to skip over you today. As I said, the castle you see today began to be built in the 13th century. However, in the year 910, we know that the cathedral next door from my previous video was being built inside a fortress complex on this site. And we also know that since around the year 800, there was some sort of castle complex present on these grounds. Now, here's where it begins to get a bit foggy, because before 800 AD, we don't really know much about what the rock hill was used for. That is, except for the archaeological finds that shows that the Celtic tribes were using this site probably as a settlement as early as 500 BC. Think about that. Activity has been taking place on this site for over 2,500 years. Some of that time frame we have plenty of historical and archaeological records, while others we have almost nothing except for a few finds. But that is still pretty amazing to know that you are walking where Celtic tribes were settled all that time ago. Join me in the next episode as we wrap up our time in Limburg on der Lahn with a pretty fascinating old bridge. Until next time, adventurers, adventure awaits.